Hello everybody, welcome back to story time, virtual story time. Let's do our hello song and then I'll explain what kind of books we're going to read today. Let's make the sign for hello, and we'll make the sign for friends, and we sing hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to read a book. It's really nice to be together with you, even if we can't literally be together. I hope we can soon. So, today's theme is a little wonky, but the books kind of go together. First of all, the first book we're going to read is called Llama Unleashes the Alpacalypse. And then and this actually is written by a couple who live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and that is where my daughter Lisa and her husband Brandon live. So there's a little bit of a connection there. And then the next two books are about some other four-legged creatures, two and four-legged creatures, Imogene's Antlers and Imogene Comes Back, and they are by David Small. And David Small lives near us here in Michigan, so another local connection. So we got some animal books with local connections. Okay, so do you guys know the difference between llamas and alpacas? Can you see my picture here? The one with an L is a llama, and the one with an A is an alpaca. What kind of differences can you see? I'll show you also some close-ups of their heads. Okay, so some of the differences are the alpaca's ears are a little shorter, right? More like spears, and the llama's ears are longer, more like bananas. So that's one way you can tell. And the alpacas are a smaller animal. They're shorter and smaller. And alpacas' faces are more blunt, and the llama's faces are longer. Can you see the difference there? Alpacas look a little more squished, and llamas have a longer nose. And so usually alpacas are raised for their nice abundant fibers. So their wool, their coats are used for making things, right? And llamas are generally bred or used as pack animals because they're bigger and stronger and they can carry things. And then alpacas, they like to live in groups. They're herd animals, and llamas, they're a little more independent. They still live in groups, but they like to be on their own also. So there you can tell some differences between alpacas and llamas. Hope you can see all that. They're pretty cool animals, don't you think? Okay, so let's read our first book called Llama Unleashes the Alpacalypse, which is a pun about the word apocalypse. I can't even say it now. So this is written by Jonathan Stutzman, and it's illustrated by Heather Fox. And they are from Lancaster. Ready? By dinner, Llama will unleash a great alpacalypse upon the world. I am Llama, proclaimed Llama. Breakfast. So first we have breakfast time. Every morning, Llama started the day with a large, balanced breakfast. Can you see what he has here? He's got pancakes, donuts, looks like a cupcake, some juice. Would you call that balanced? The problem with large, balanced breakfasts was the large, unbalanced mess they made. All that baking made a mess. Now, Llama was many things. a dancer, a daring adventurer, a beekeeper, a gentleman, a scholar. But one thing Llama definitely was not was a llama who cleaned up after his own messes. So he dreamed up an idea. That's what this light bulb means. Aha! An ambitious idea. Plans a dangerous idea. What is his idea for getting help with his cleaning? An idea so outrageous it just might work. Ta-da! Said Llama. He has built a special machine called Replicator 3000. What does it mean to replicate something? It means to copy it, right? Okay, Replicator 3000. So here we are at lunch. At lunch, Llama called his friend, Alpaca. Here's Alpaca. I am Alpaca. I am Llama, said Llama. Alpaca was an alpaca of impeccable tidiness. Nothing brought Alpaca more joy than cleaning. Llama knew this. Alpaca loves to clean, so Llama invited Alpaca over for lunch. Llama invited Alpaca into his Replicator 3000. Remember what that machine does. Zoop! And then Llama invited disaster. First of all, what did it do? It made it made another alpaca. It copied Alpaca. Alpaca and his clone, so it made a clone, cleaned the kitchen with swiftness and ease, so swiftly and easily that Llama wondered what he could do with more alpacas. Llama pressed the button again. Zoop! Zoop, 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 and again and again and again, zoop, zoop, zoop. With every press, there was a zoop, and with every zoop, another alpaca. Uh-oh. Llama had created an army of cleaners. Bark, 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 shouted the alpacas. Look at the toilet paper. The alpacas cleaned with passion and vigor, but the more they cleaned, the more mess they made. They've got too many cleaners, maybe. So now it's time for second lunch. By second lunch, Llama's mouth was full of spaghetti, and Llama's house was full of alpacas. So Llama did the most sensible thing he could think of. He opened the front door and let his mess go somewhere else. The alpacalypse had begun. Dinner! Wark, wark, wark. It was dinner time and alpacas roamed the earth. They cleaned everything. The houses, the schools, the playgrounds. Look at that, he's sweeping the slide, mopping it. Even the fanciest French restaurants. Oui, 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 shouted the alpacas. No, 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 shouted the servers. Look at that. Cleaning off the table right while the people were still eating, the turtles anyway. There was pandemonium in the streets and alpacas everywhere. These are fun pictures, aren't they? This is the end, the giraffe and the elephant and all these other animals shouted everyone. This is the end. Which is actually the meaning of apocalypse, the end. So this is a silly book. Second dinner. It was second dinner, and Llama heard none of the uproar. He was back at his house having what? Pizza. He was busy composing his greatest symphony and eating a cheese pizza with extra cheese. It smelled delicious. Can you see the smell wafting out the window? Can't you just picture a cheese pizza and smell the smell? Ooh, a deliciousness that could be smelled miles and miles away. Look at the busyness of this town and all the alpacas in it. Look at all the toilet paper flying around, cleaning the roof, cleaning the streets, the signs. All kinds of craziness. Back the alpacas raced to Llama's house, fast and furious and extremely famished. That means hungry. Famished for pizza, 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 shouted the alpacas. Llama feared for his pizza, so he hid it. Right here in the replicator it says, no pizza down there. But Llama was not good at hiding. And the alpacas stormed right in after it. Pizza, 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 shouted the alpacas. In a final attempt to save his food, Llama pressed the other button. He unzooped every single alpaca until there was only one left. I am Llama, said Llama. I am alpaca, said alpaca. He unzooped them all. Now it's dessert time. It was time for dessert. And though Llama's house was still a mess, along with the rest of the world, nothing got between Llama and his cake. He felt very strongly about dessert. The problem was Llama had only one slice of cake. What to do? Llama was many things. An artist, a versatile stage actor, an athlete, an esteemed oceanographer. But one thing Llama was not was a llama who ate only one slice of cake. So Llama dreamed up an idea, an ambitious idea, a dangerous idea, an idea so outrageous it just might work. Dad, said Llama. Woo! Look at all the cake. The end. Isn't that a fun story about an alpacalypse? And a very silly story, if you ask me. So, it turns out that llamas and alpacas are all part of the camel family. You know what camels are, right? With the humps. And those are all part of the same family of animals. And I know a camel song that maybe we could sing. It's called Alice the Camel. And we start with 5 humps. And we go down 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay? And I think you'll catch on after the first verse, if you don't know it already. Alice the camel had 5 humps. Alice the camel has 5 humps. Alice the camel has 5 humps. So go, Alice, go. Okay, now we're going to do 4. Alice the camel has 4 humps. Alice the camel has 4 humps. Alice the camel has 4 humps. So go, Alice, go. What's next? 3. Alice the camel has 3 humps. Alice the camel has 3 humps. Alice the camel has 3 humps. So go, Alice, go. What's next? Alice the camel has 2 humps. Alice the camel has 2 humps. Alice the camel has 2 humps. So go, Alice, go. Alice the camel has 1 hump. Alice the camel has 1 hump. Alice the camel has 1 hump. So go, Alice, go. What's next? Alice the camel has no humps. Alice the camel has no humps. Alice the camel has no humps because Alice is a horse. Isn't that silly? That's a crazy song, but a fun one. I think the only camels that I know of have either 2 or 1 hump, right? I don't think there's any with 5 or 4 or 3, but you never know. Okay, the next books we're going to read are by David Small, and this book, Imogene's Antlers, has been around for 35 years. When my kids were little, they liked this book, right? And the publishers have reprinted it in honor of its 35th anniversary, and because now there's a new sequel. And maybe some of you tuned into the author, David Small's talk at BookBug's Zoom link last night, and it was very fun to hear about how David Small got inspired to write Imogene's Antlers. And I believe that if you go to the BookBug's website, you can watch that talk if you want to. It was archived. Anyway, Imogene's Antlers by David Small. Have you guys ever woken up with antlers? On Thursday, when Imogene woke up, she found she had grown antlers. What? Getting dressed was difficult, and going through a door now took some thinking. Wow, that would be awkward, wouldn't it? Imogene started down for breakfast. Woo, she's sliding down the banister. But got hung up. She got caught on the chandelier. Oh! Imogene's mother fainted away. She was so shocked to see her daughter with antlers. The doctor poked and prodded and scratched his chin. He could find nothing wrong. The school principal glared at Imogene, but had no advice to offer. Her brother, Norman, consulted the encyclopedia and then announced that Imogene had turned into a rare form of miniature elk. Imogene's mother fainted again and was carried upstairs to bed. Imogene went into the kitchen. Lucy, the kitchen maid, had her sit by the oven to dry some towels. That's pretty convenient. Lovely antlers, said Lucy. The cook, Mrs. Perkins, gave Imogene a donut, and then decked her out with several more and sent her into the garden to feed the birds. That's kind of cool. Here's on this back page, you can see her feeding the birds. You'll be lots of fun to decorate come Christmas, said Mrs. Perkins. Later, Imogene wandered upstairs. She found the whole family in Mother's bedroom. Donuts, anyone? She asked. Her mother said, Imogene, we have decided there is only one thing to do. We must hide your antlers under a hat. Norman telephoned the milliner. A milliner is a hat maker. At 3 o'clock, the milliner arrived. Rapidly, he sketched a few designs and then set to work. Voila, he said the milliner. Bravo, bravissimo, cried his assistants. Thud. Imogene's mother had to be carried away once more. After dinner, Imogene practiced her piano lesson. Then, yawning, she folded her music, kissed the family, and went to bed. Imogene sighed, remembering the long, eventful day. On Friday, when Imogene woke up, the antlers had disappeared. When she came down to breakfast, the family was overjoyed to see her back to normal. Until she came into the room. What does she have this time? She has quite an imagination, doesn't she? So that story was written 35 years ago, and it was read on Reading Rainbow, which was a reading show by LeVar Burton. And so it became famous. And now, 35 years later, David Small has written a sequel called Imogene Comes Back. And what does she have here at the beginning? Yes, she has her peacock feathers still. Imogene comes back. Imogene woke up wondering what the new day would bring. Can you see some interesting things in this picture? What do you see here? Some peacock feathers, right? And Mr. Small is very excited about these Russian nesting dolls, where there's a doll inside a doll inside a doll, right? And he talked about how there are different people inside of us. That's one way to look at it. Meaning some days we can be happy and feel like a regular kid, and other days maybe we can feel like we have antlers or things like that. Pretty cool. And there's other things you can find in this picture that will give you hints about what's going to happen. To wake up with deer antlers is one thing, and to appear with a peacock's tail was another. Those are references back to the other book, right? But now it appeared that the parade of peculiarities would go on. What did she wake up with today? Though the family was utterly stupefied, Imogene made the best of things. With her long neck, she found Norman's lost football. Can you see it? Up on top of the cabinet there. She found his football. Later, she helped a neighbor's frightened kitten down from a tree. Hurrah, cheered Lucy the maid. Wonderful, said the cook, Mrs. Perkins. You could work for the fire department. Back in the day, and maybe they still do it, fire departments used to come and rescue kittens out of trees. Every day brought a new surprise. What does she have today? The next day? Elephant ears and trunk. When the flowers needed watering, Mrs. Perkins asked Imogene to help. No hose, she said. Use your nose. Imogene sprinkled the lilies, the lavender, the lilacs, and the lady next door. Uh-oh. What was going on? Was Imogene bewitched? Had she eaten an enchanted cookie or swallowed a magic potion? I don't care what it is, Mother bellowed. No child of mine will be a beast, a bird, or a bug. Now, what are we going to do about it? Now she's a butterfly. Donate her to the zoo, suggested Uncle Alphonse. Send her to art school, offered her father. Enough is enough, Mother howled. Thud. The next day at breakfast, Father drummed on the table while his eggs slowly turned cold. Uncle Alphonse gnawed his fingernails. Mother dabbed at her forehead and twisted her hanky into knots. Norman had his camera ready. What would Imogene be today? What do you guys think? What will she be today? But there she was. Imogene! Her nose, her face, herself once more. Huh. Everyone rejoiced. Suddenly, oh, especially Mother, sorry, until suddenly, bing! That's pretty silly. What happened? Oh, there she goes again. Thud. The end. There's Mrs. Perkins and Lucy looking in. Isn't that cute? So silly. I hope you liked those books about Imogene, and I hope they got your imagination going. Let's do Zoom Zoom, and I'm trying to remember. Maybe we have time for one more book. Let's try Zoom Zoom. Ready? Hands together. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 5, 4, just like the camels. 3, 2, 1, blast off! I think we could probably do one more book, also with some silly animals in it, and a silly old lady. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I imagine a lot of you know this song by Sims Tabak. So it's the same as the song, but it's just illustrated, right? There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. Or I could just read it too. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. But it's only a fly. I think I'll cry. She gulped it out of the sky. Oh my. There was an old lady who swallowed a spider. That wiggled and jiggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. Gone to the by and by. Sigh. There was an old lady who swallowed a bird. Can you remember what comes next? How absurd! She swallowed a bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. She'll leave us high and dry. This cow and this dog are funny. They like rhyming words, don't they? There was an old lady who swallowed a cat. Imagine that! She swallowed a cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. I hope it's a lie. What comes next? There was an old lady who swallowed a dog. She went whole hog to swallow the dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There's a tear in my eye. Whoa. There was an old lady who swallowed a cow. I don't know how she swallowed a cow. She swallowed the cow to catch the dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. I'd rather have ham on rye. And she had a frog on the sly. She did it in one try. Who knew there were so many words that would rhyme? There was an old lady who swallowed a horse. She died, of course. It was the last course. I'm filled with remorse. What's left to say? It is such a loss. She had no time to floss. She missed out on the sauce. We'll miss her dearly. Even the artist is crying. The moral of the story: never swallow a horse. That's just a silly one, isn't it? I would say all of those books had some silliness in them, and I hope you enjoyed them. And I think that's good for today. So let's sing our goodbye song, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. I miss you.